What is up, everybody? Dan the Fireman here, and I want to talk to you about what I wish I knew when I started riding motorcycles. These are very important things that I've learned over the years that I want to pass on to you, so hopefully you can start off right and not make some of the mistakes that I did, because some of them I made, but I'm very lucky. All right, let's jump into it. So first of all, your first bike might not be the one. It might not be yours. It might not be like, I really liked it when I first got it, but it doesn't fit me anymore, like within 6 months to a year. Now, for me, luckily, I picked the bike. This is my very first bike ever. I still have it many years later, 8 years later, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I still love it. I did a bunch of cool things to it, but I also have the Rebel 500 now. That's Nikki's bike, and I have a blast on that thing, and it's way cheaper. I also had the KLR 650 for about, I think, 6 months, and I had a blast on that thing too. So the more I start riding other bikes, the more I realize that this isn't the end-all be-all bike, and I really want the FTR 1200. I really do. So I mean, like, the bike that you buy might not be the one that you're gonna save and keep forever, okay? So realize that when you're going into the purchase. So I went and bought this brand spanking new from the dealership, financed it all, and luckily I was able to afford it. But sometimes, you know, you don't want to buy a brand new bike right off the bat. Might as well buy like a used bike and get an idea of what you want to do with it. Does that make sense? So go buy a used bike. That might not be the one, and if it is the one, well, good job. You got lucky. You get to pay a little bit less, and on top of that, you found the bike. But if not, you paid less, and now you can trade that in or sell that, and then go get the one that you love, right? All right, so that's a little tidbit for the first-time riders buying a bike. The rear brake is very important. Now, this is something that when I learned how to brake, I always heard, you know, this is 70 to 80% of your stopping distance, your stopping power, right? So I was like, oh, well, this is only 20, 30%. I'm not going to use it very much. No, it's actually very good. You obviously want to use it in conjunction because, you know, both together equals 100% stopping power, but the rear brake is very important in slow speed maneuvers. Now, we don't really talk about that much rear brake in the beginner class of the MSF, but you definitely learn it in the advanced class. So check it out, riders on MTC, boys. And the rear brake really helps with slow speed maneuvers, so you're able to kind of like tap it and kind of rear brake, trail brake. I don't want to use the different words, but it definitely helps out. Try it out, figure it out. I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble with MSF, but yeah, definitely try it out. Practice with it. I do have the DDFM crew manual. It's for patrons, $1 a month and up. So for $12 a year, you get access to the manual, and you get all these different parking lot practice, and practice with the trail braking. Practice with your rear brake when you're doing the figure eights and doing U-turns, and you're doing the straight line weave, all these different things. Try it out. But yeah, definitely the rear brake is important, especially in conjunction with the front brake, okay? So make sure you do not neglect that rear brake. There's a bunch of different tools on this bike that you can use, and this is one of them. So the one thing I wish I paid a little bit of attention to when I first started riding was motorcycle protection. Not in terms of insurance, and we talk about gear for the rider, but what about the motorcyclist? So engine guards, you know, engine guards are, you know, they kind of look a little darky, I can say that, but there's some really cool ones out there. Bung King, they're making some really badass cool ones that they don't look like engine guards, but they are. They're engine sliders, frame sliders for a cruiser, and they look good. Speaking of frame sliders, if you have a sport bike, get frame sliders. The first time you lay it down, the first time you do anything, that frame slider will save you hundreds of dollars. Well worth it to get frame sliders, guys. Definitely get frame sliders. You can get engine guards for cruisers. You can get knuckle busters to protect your levers. You know, if you want to get like a dirt bike or dual sport bike, you can get saddlebags that actually kind of help out a little bit. You can get exhaust sliders so that you don't scrape up your exhaust. There's a bunch of stuff, but just remember, you're a brand new rider. Spend a little bit extra on getting protection, because who knows, if you crash and you lay down your bike and you don't have a frame slider, you can mess up your transmission case. You can mess up a bunch of stuff that costs even more than the frame slider originally cost. And at the end of the day, it's not if, but when you crash, okay? Now, this is something that I really needed to pay attention to, and I've been pretty bad about it up until probably this last year. is that I wasn't really keeping up on my tires when I first started riding. I just kind of thought, you know, tires are tires. You know, I'm used to driving and replacing my tires like every 50 to 80,000 miles. You know, just not a big deal. You know, I just got the cheapest ones that fit me well. And I know some car aficionados are gonna be like, man, you should get this tire, this. Yeah, no. And when it came to the motorcycle, I kind of applied that to the motorcycle. And I just kind of got the tire that I thought we should get, and I kind of paid attention to PSI, and you know, I was like, the tires are expensive, and you know, I understand all that, but really keep up on it. And the easiest thing you could do to make your tires last longer is to make sure you're running it at the proper PSI. And the PSI is right here. Usually it's on the Sportster, but right here, it's right next to where the VIN is and stuff. So go off of what the bike PSI, not the tire wall PSI. So I talk about all that in the DDFM training manual, module 1, on how to, you know, take care of your tires, the tire guide and everything. So you might want to check that out. But I also got a video, so there you go. So a little bit more information on that. And honestly, replace it if needed. You have 2 things of contact with the ground. It's very important to make sure you don't blow one of those tires. Now you only have 1, and crash. It's not safe. So make sure you aren't running it down to the wear bars, and if you are, then replace it as soon as you possibly can. And I said wear bars, not the wires. Do not ever run it to the wires. That thing's gonna blow really soon, and I've seen that, and that's usually a running joke with motorcyclists, that they run their tires down that low, and it's not good, guys. It's not good. This is something that I finally came to the realization after like 2-3 years of riding. And it's not a good thing. It's really not a good thing. Is you need to buy good gear as soon as you can. I went the longest time wearing a 3/4 helmet, motorcycle gloves, regular jeans, regular boots, and like a really lightweight jacket. Now that is not safe at all. I spent so much money on the bike. I was getting exhausts, I was getting clip-ons, I was doing all this crazy stuff, spending money, but I could have spent like 1/10 of that amount of money on gear, and I would have been fully outfitted. So get gear first before you get a bike, or not a bike, but before you get upgrades for your bike. Get gear first. Get good gear first. A crash can happen at any time. Intersections are extremely dangerous. I'm waiting for this guy to not pull out in front of me. There you go. And it can happen anytime. So it can happen within the first day of you having the bike, or it can happen 10 years later. But if you don't have good gear on the first day of your riding experience, and you crash that first day, you're shit out of luck. You know, if you crash on the 10th year and you've never gotten gear, you're still shit out of luck. So get gear as soon as you start riding. Get good gear, get good quality gear. That way, if something does happen, you're protected, okay? And when I talk about spending money on like an exhaust and clip-ons and crazy gadgets for your bike instead of buying gear, first of all, buy gear. And then get coaching, guys. Get coaching. It's very, very, very important. I have learned more from the first few classes. You know, from beginner all the way up to advanced. I've learned so much in those classes compared to years and years and years and years of just riding. And I'm a firefighter, and this is what I do for a living. You know, I was a firefighter. I saw this crazy stuff, and I do make YouTube videos for a living. And I recently learned so much just this last year from taking a class. So imagine as a brand new rider just absorbing all that crazy knowledge in these classes. It's very important. It's very important. It's one thing to watch my videos and somebody else's videos on YouTube. It's another thing to actually go out there and apply it practically. Apply it with your body, didactically. Kinesiologies. I can't even say. I'll just put it up there. But I learn by doing. I don't learn by watching. I don't learn by reading and all that stuff. I learned by actually moving stuff. So take a class. It's well worth the cost. You get some discounts on your insurance. Depends on what state you're in and where you're at and what kind of agreement your local place has, but you can get discounts on gear at certain places. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, and it's well worth it. Honestly, it's so worth it. So if you're in Arizona, swing on by Ride Arizona MTC. I can coach you. I got a class this weekend. Actually, I got a class this weekend. Tomorrow. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. I don't know when this video is gonna come out, but yeah, tomorrow. Today's Friday, so I got Saturday, Sunday. Anyways. Just want to make sure you guys know some of this stuff before you get on the bike. Maybe learn from me, learn from others, and let's get out there riding. Let's be safe about it. All right, guys. With that said, I hope you guys ride safe, be safe, And I'll see you later. What is this building? Savannah Eye Care. What the heck? What? There's a coffee house in here? This is a neighborhood. What the? I've never been in here. Music lesson. All right. See you guys later.